Booyakasha! You is back for 5 games 5 minutes, innit? And all because is based on a famous 80s advert for Milk Tray chocolates. So you'd imagine you'd be taking on the role of a suave special agent charged with their delivery for the game. Alas, And all because is a collection of sub-games rather than an all-embracing spy adventure. There are instructions for 9 stages, of which you can see the first 3 here. Stages 1 and 2 simply involve getting from the bottom of the screen to the top. Far too easy and, well, not exactly the stuff of the latest James Bond movie, is it? Anyway, every time you play you'll reach at least stage 3, but sadly few of you will get any further. Your horse just doesn't reliably react to any request to jump the fences that scroll towards you. Because you get sent all the way back to the beginning after you're unfairly flung off him, you're likely to give this up as a bad job pretty swiftly. Perhaps stages 4 to 9 are a lot better, but I doubt it. Microdeal presents AQUANAUT 471, a text adventure with graphics set in the future in a city under the doomed sea. You're an investigator responding to a cry for help in the city's Trident Dome. So firstly you need to find the dome, and then, in one of the 2 minigames associated with the adventure, you need to dock with it. The graphics are really good, and initially you can make good progress. However, the second minigame, the security droid one, is a stinker. Until I learned the actually quite easy solution to it, I spent an hour or so trying to make my way past the roaming droids. At one point I got so frustrated I threw the cassette in the bin. Exploration of the inner bowels of the dome will reveal a cute service droid, Huey, who you will need in many places to assist you. As you move around though, you need to check he's still there and find him again if not. AQUANAUT 471 is a great game, marred by the minigames it includes. These have to be played with a joystick. The game also suffers from responding sluggishly to text input. However, these quibbles aside, it's certainly worth playing. Beam Rider is an arcade game from Microdeal. You're a ball and the game objective is to clear all blocks from each screen. The blocks are arranged in different clusters and you can beam from one island to the next whenever you reach an edge. All screens are patrolled by red chasers, which move one block at a time, and by spinners, which alarmingly ricochet around the open spaces you create. Needless to say, contact with either is fatal. The energizers provide limited immunity from danger. It's a simple concept which takes just a few seconds to learn. It also requires considerable skill. The problem is it's not just a question of when to beam away from danger, but also how to control your ball so you don't accidentally beam into danger. It's all too easy to concentrate on clearing the blocks from one area and forget that one misplaced step will fly you into an area across the screen. Beam Rider doesn't have great graphics, or a lot of variety, but its central idea is addictive and the game is very playable. Cuthbert and the Golden Chalice is an arcade game in which you play 20 screens which each feature 3 pits. The concept is almost ridiculously simple, in that if you can clear the pits and make it to the other side of the screen, then you move to the next screen. Each screen, however, is more difficult than the preceding one. Even by screen 2, the pits contain leaping snakes. By screen 5 you have patrolling mini tornadoes, spiders at head level, as well as leaping snakes. What happens if you can clear this screen is anyone's guess, because the game is far too hard for me to make a lot of progress. There's obviously not a lot to this Cuthbert title, which is actually one of the rarest Microdeal titles to find. The game handles as you would expect, with left and right and fire to jump the ever-present pits. If you're looking for a lot of action, this isn't the place to be, but working out how to clear each unique screen is quite satisfying. Racer Ball is one of the earlier Dragon games, and it's a version of the ubiquitous Pac-Man game, which doesn't quite work. Instead of ghosts you've got laseroids, and Pac-Man has been replaced by the Razor Ball of the title. This ball and the enemy laseroids roll smoothly around the maze, and the object is to collect up all the plus signs to clear one sheet, and proceed to the next one. You have the standard Energizer dots too, which change the laseroids to weird looking spike things able to be eaten. The programmer has obviously devised two subtle twists on Pac-Man. Firstly, he's made the direction of movement for the laseroids totally random. Secondly, he's introduced a teleporter at the bottom of the screen which is completely invisible. These two devices result in Racer Ball being a very weird version of an old favourite indeed. Laseroids sometimes mill about for ages in the very area where the final dot is, and you frequently forget where the teleporter is and are suddenly whisked from the bottom to the top of the screen without any warning. Nice try, Microdeal, but you should have left the formula alone. These changes don't improve it, they make it disconcerting and less playable.